Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw.
And yeehaw, just Dave this morning. Not a normal morning show for us, but I was up and I was, our tagline is get up, pray up, and coffee up. Well, I'm up, I've prayed, and I have some coffee. So might as well come online and see who might be out there this morning for a few moments before we head off to work. Hope you had a good night. It's Thursday. What a great day, Thursday, right? It means you got one day till Friday. Getting closer to the weekend. We had hump day yesterday, fun shows. And one day closer, my co-host Rob, he's going to be at the beach. And so he's making plans for that, busy with that. I think he's got family coming in this afternoon or evening, sometime today. Certain he said he would be on the morning show with us tomorrow morning. And then I'm hoping he can join us live for Front Porch Talking this tomorrow night. From the beach. Hopefully he's going to come in live. If not, he'll send us some videos or something. He may post some things up, but it's good to be here on this Thursday morning. Sports-wise, I wasn't happy. The Braves lost to the Phillies. It was a close game, lost, and the Mets won. So all the gains we made the day before, we lost those, and not happy about that. So looking for better results today. Hey, Cook, good morning. Good morning, Tar Man. Glad to see y'all are up and about this morning. I was just complaining because my Braves lost last night and not happy about that. So, and the Mets won. It was close games all the way around. Of course, the Mets won 4-3, and I think the Braves was 3-2. Yeah, 3-2 for the Braves. But hey, we're getting closer to football season too, and God bless you too, Cook, and good morning, all in the chat. Good to have you this morning. Happy Thursday. I hope you've got some coffee. If you drink coffee, some people don't drink it. I like it. Especially in the wintertime. Oh, I'll drink it in the summer. I mean, it's hot right now and I'm drinking it, but in the wintertime, that's when it's really good. So I hope you have some. I'd be interested to know if you, Tarman says up, not about yet. So I understand. If you do drink coffee, I'm wondering what kind of coffee do you drink? Do you like flavored coffee? Me and Rob has had this discussion before, and what he likes, and I'm fairly traditional, really. I just like a good Colombian coffee. And years ago, I mean, this is decades ago, honestly. When I first started drinking coffee, I never really had drank coffee until I went to work in the mills. And my first mill job, you know how it is, those night shift, 12 hours, coffee made, pot turned on. Awesome. And they had a little coffee station there at the fixer's station. And they offered me coffee. And of course, I wasn't used to being up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Good morning to my sister. She's up. I don't know if she's been up all night or she just gets up. She keeps odd hours too. That's why I like coming in. You never know who's going to be up. But anyway, they would go to this fixer's table and they offered me coffee, and I couldn't drink it black back then. I really couldn't. I put creamer in it. And they had all those different creamers and stuff. And I got used to that. So every day I would go and have me some coffee and put creamer in it. And I'd put a lot of creamer in it. That's the way my wife does. She puts a ton of creamer. Well, one day they didn't have any. There wasn't any creamer to be had in the house. And I'm like, where's the creamer? Where's the creamer? And they said, we don't have any. I said, well, what are we going to do? They said, drink it black. And I'm like, I'm not drinking coffee black. Are you kidding me? And so it's been up a little while. Well, I'm glad to have you in here. Happy Thursday. So anyway, I tried it. It was horrible to me at first. I was like, oh, this is horrible. Well, they were out of creamer for like a week or two. I think somebody just bought it and bring it in. It wasn't like today. A lot of companies supply some of that stuff, as part of the employee experience they do at my work. And so I got used to it. After like a week or two, they finally got the creamer and hey, we got creamer again. And I'm like, nah, I don't need it now. And so I've drank coffee black ever since. I asked Rob the other day if he had drank the iced coffee, and he said he had and he liked it. I've never had it. I've been tempted, but to me, I don't know. It's just got to be hot, right? And I think that I like it just Colombian. I'm not, and I have drank like the house special they call it at one of the convenience stores here, um, and different brands of coffee. There is a kind, I don't want to bash them on here, but there's a couple kinds that I don't like. I've tried. I'd buy it to get a good deal on it, and buy it, and it ended up wasted. I just didn't like the flavor of it. It was just a traditional coffee, and I got used to certain kinds, and that's I kind of hang in there. But I will promote one. There's a lot of veteran owned coffee places now, and so there's a couple of them out there, and Black Rifle Coffee Company. That's what I'm drinking this morning. They've got different flavors, and they have these cool kinds. I know my son Jeremy, he likes to get it too, and they've got the AK-47, they've got different ones, like it's all military. And see, my mom loves the caramel frappe at McDonald's with a lot of sugar, though. Oh, I can't even imagine consuming that first thing in the morning, especially. But hey, whatever she likes, you take care of mom. Uh, yes, Jeremy does love coffee. And sometimes he probably drinks it more than I do, honestly. Him and his mom. My wife has to have at least one cup every day. Every day. If she don't get it, it's not good. So you have to forgive me. I'm singular this morning, so if I take a drink of coffee, you just have to bear with me. Um, but and by the way, we did hear from Chris. He's been struggling. I'm thankful for him, and he has produced the links for the merch store, and that we're going to embed. And I got to ask him exactly how he has them all set up. So that should all get out there today. We had a couple days. We're kind of lost without Chris. We can do some stuff, but it's like using our brains, and it hurts. And Chris just comes in and does that stuff, and then we're like, oh, this is great. So we get to get on here and go, hey, look at this great stuff. We didn't have anything to do with it. We've done some of that behind the scenes, but he's really good at that. He sent one late last night to us, and so we'll get those things posted. But yeah, frappes, frappuccinos. I don't think Tammy likes coffee at all. I was thinking about you yesterday, Tammy. I don't know what brought it to my mind. And you had the funniest look on your face one day when I handed you a Diet Coke. I don't know. I really thought that you drank diet drinks. I don't know where I got that. I don't drink Diet Coke. I was probably having a dinner, or family cookout or something, or dinner. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Here you go. I hate coffee. Not me, my sister. I hate coffee. Well, let me ask you this, Tammy. Do you like to at least smell it? Some people love the smell of coffee. They don't like to drink the coffee. They'll say, oh, and yeah, no diet either. What about you, Cook or Tarman? You into the diet drinks at all? I mentioned the other day my grandmother drinking the Tab way back in the day. That was a 70s thing. Oh, that was tough. That was a very tough entrance into the diet drink market. But they got very popular. But I did not like the taste of those. Well, I'm glad to know that she loves the smell of coffee. I do too. Hey, we've got another entrant this morning into the chat. Tarman said no diet drinks, and then hey, Kaylee's mama, Ashley, good to see you this morning. Hope little Clayton is feeling better. I saw your post. He's had a rough go this year on some sickness and stuff, not feeling well, and we're praying for him. Want to see that little rascal soon. Ashley says as well, I hate coffee. But do you like to smell coffee, Ashley? Is it just that way? Cook says, I'll drink a Coca-Cola occasionally. Cook, you're mainly water, right? I mean, I know he's doing really good. By the way, Cook said he lost 70 pounds, gained 20 back, so he's still 50 to the good. And he has really worked hard to keep the weight off, and he's working hard on his diet. Congrats to him. I know he's battled with some stuff, and he's one of a crew here. Ashley says, I hate diet. And we got the good morning here. Oh no, praying for Mama. Praying for Mama. You're gonna have to join in our Mama Said lives on Monday night. What Mamas say, uh, the good things. If Mama said some things we shouldn't say, we won't say those, but all the things that she should say. And a little encouragement for you, the cookster. Way to go, cook. Good job. He's, we've been friends, really brothers. I mean, we're like brothers. We're brothers in Christ for sure, but we're brothers through and through. And I feel like I know Cook as well as anybody, except maybe Mom. I know Mom knows him better. But just the things I didn't know about Cook, I really didn't pick up on the fact until recently that he loves to plant and garden. I mean, I just think that's cool. And we're trying to put together a little gardening thing for the winter time actually on here. Him and Robert, that's their thing. I think I'm gonna join in though and grow a couple things in the pots, maybe some cabbage. I like cabbage. But yeah, and this whole TikTok thing just cracks me up. I was trying to find that video last night. I was going to show a snippet of it, of you and the other Ashley, cousin Ashley, singing together, the duo, and you was telling me the name of the song. I don't know if you see this, Tammy. That Cook is the TikTok sensation. I mean, I showed his Barney song on here that he did for Robert. It's hilarious. I've left it in there, and Robert's been a good sport. We have just wore him out about that. And we've had a lot of fun. So I'm waiting on the payback, but we still have that video in the mix, the Barney song. Ashley has a wicked sense of humor, much like Robert. I can see her really enjoying getting the Barney serenade to somebody. Oh, so no coffee. We've got anti-coffee people in here, but we have coffee people. Tar Man, he's been out a minute. I think he probably went to get the coffee, get up, get going. But after all, get up, pray up, and coffee up. But for some of you, it's get up, pray up, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's what is your drink? Tea, or I don't know, water, or ice water. Maybe one of the leaded, as we call it, the leaded drinks. It's like leaded coffee. I don't like the decaf. I've swore I would. If I have to go decaf, I'm just giving it up. But who knows? I may have to eat those words. I do like flavored water, and I do like flavored water. And that's right. You put the packets in there, Tammy. So what is your favorite flavored water type? I like the lemonade. I look fruit punch. There's a couple of them. I'm not into all of them. Some of them are a little too wild for me. There you go. Got up, prayed up, and now he's getting coffee. I love it. Well, Cook, that's the same in every crowd. There's that remnant has not bowed to the knee of Baal. Let's see. I don't need coffee. I have your that wakes me up at 6 every morning. Awesome. And then Cook says, I have found some people on TikTok, God-fearing people. I love them so much. Unfortunately, not many of them, but I have found some. Amen to that. I have too. Just to say, let me get a couple more of these in. Tammy says watermelon, and Ashley says strawberry and watermelon. I don't know if I've had the watermelon. I think Kaylee got a watermelon from you and tried to get me to try it, and I think I backed out. She knows I like the lemonade, so she always gives me the lemonade. She takes care of me that way. You gave them a bunch of them one day, and they had this whole, and there for a while. It was every day they were giving me a packet and bringing me a water, and I was shaking it up and having that. But I was thinking, Cook, about TikTok and Clapper. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Clapper, but we do really good on the shorts because you can't put the bigger stuff on there, but we don't have, counts that do that on those two. But the devotions, if they're small enough to go on Clapper, they seem to do really well on Clapper. But sometimes a Morning Funny do. But the Morning Funny on TikToks, they just explode for us. So that's some strong language this morning, Tammy. Oh, yeah, she likes to steal them from me. Well, her words, you gave them to them, her and Aria, and I hear her stirring around. I'm hoping she'll pop in here in a minute once she gets all fixed up. It's makeup and hair and all right. Ashley, talk to y'all. I have to get to work. Love you too. Don't work too hard. Hope you get to feeling better. I think you're still at Wendy's. Go do. By the way, you'll like this. I do like the Wendy's. What is it? The chicken biscuit with the honey on it. I've had that. That's really good. I met a guy who's a manager of a Wendy's. He's over one or two Wendy's here in town. I think the one on Ringo Road, and he was the one that told me that was coming out. And I really do like that. I really, really do like that. That's a great one on Sunday if I'm in a hurry, just to pop through and get it on the way to, way to church or something. We've done that before, but I do like those chicken biscuits with the honey on them smeared all over. It's not good for you. I mean, let's face it, it's not oatmeal, but I do like that. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give a plug. We don't get paid for none of this, but I do like, let's see him, tell him that your daughter was there and you'll get a 25% discount. Well, awesome. Hey, we can always save, we need some savings. The world wants prayers and some jokes because life is making them crazy. That's right. And you bring up a good point. And with this podcast, it has been our foundation from the beginning to be family friendly. Obviously, I'm not going to get her to do crazy stuff. We get a little wild and crazy, but I told Robert, I said, the world needs two things. They love to laugh, and we do laugh on here. If nothing else, laugh at us. And people need the Lord. And we didn't come out with an intention actually to do all of the different morning devotions and stuff. We just were trying to figure out our programming as we went. We didn't go into it like that, but everything was going to be saturated with it, the program, and we would have fun, but we would do that. Then it just became evident we needed to do that. And we actually, let me get the chat's opinions this morning. It's okay. You can be honest. I do the Sunday morning devotion. We do the morning devotion, and whether you watch those or not, some people are watching them, and we like those. Those will continue to be part of our repertoire of programs. But we do the veteran on Saturday, the veteran of the week, and that has become really, really big, and especially on X. And our last one was actually sent to us by someone on X who saw those and sent those to me. And so if you have a veteran in your life that you would like to honor, send me some info and we'll do that. But what I'm fixing to bring up is we're coming up on a very important date, right? And I told Rob the other day that I just think it was just yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday, though. I said, I really want to start doing a weekly remembrance of 9/11, and just a short there to put some of the names because it seems like they just get more and more away from it. And we're coming up on that. So I'm thinking about doing that and just honoring some different names and maybe remembering them and see what you folks think about that. Yes, you're right. They are. There's a lot of conservatives on X. There really, really is. I mean, a ton, and I run into them all the time. By the way, I'm mad at X this morning. A little bit. Don't strike me, X. We have about close to 4,100 followers, and I didn't follow too many. They've put me in the box for a couple of days. I've got people that have followed me. I want to follow back, and I can't. I know my sister is very supportive of that. Thank you, Tammy. I mean, ain't that something that you're not even hearing about it right now? Really, on some of the social streams, I've seen some videos pop up because it's coming back around. And thank you, Cook. I'm thinking about doing a 9/11 tribute weekly right now for a good while, maybe going forward, and just put some names each week up there. That's a tremendous tragedy in our nation, and we love our country, and we're not forgetting. We're not forgetting a bit. But some of the countries seems like they want to move on and just not honor it anymore, and that's not me. But here we are. It's the 22nd of August. We're not that far away, so that may happen this week. So look for that. And we thought about putting. Really, Tammy, wow, don't even know what it was. Ain't that sad? That is so sad. I mean, I know it goes back a ways, but come on. I guess the people who lived through Pearl Harbor probably felt the same way at times. Like, I don't even remember what happened. Or D-Day, it was another big one. Or Victory Day. victory in Europe, the E-Day, and major moments in history. And it is extremely sad, Cook, that people do get away from that. And again, that goes back. People don't, I say people, history is taught in schools, but not, oh, come on, it's not taught like it should be. Civics and all that. They do touch on themes, but, and I know not everybody's into history, but I am. But these are major milestones. It's just as important as George Washington crossing the Delaware and, Valley Forge and whatever else, that you want to throw out there as major events in our history. I think those are important to keep up with and to honor and to remember. So, but it is sad that nobody does. I've been watching, I've seen a lot of videos and I've probably forgotten more than I've seen. Honestly, you forget. But I actually seen a couple of videos this weekend I don't think I've ever seen, and they were showing the one. Tammy, you might, while you're still in here, you might remember this because you've probably watched a lot more of them than I have, honestly, because you've really stayed into that and kept that alive, but in remembrance. But the one where the lady, and they knew her name, she was waving from one of the towers, and right where the plane went in, one of the planes, and she's waving, and then like a minute later, the building collapsed, and they knew her name. She worked for a financial house or something in there. Do you remember seeing that, Tammy? And then there's another one where there's someone up a little higher level and they're waving for help. And I have seen the one where the people on the other side and the helicopters there. I'd seen that before, but I don't think, maybe I just forgot it. But they're you can plainly see them there in the wreckage. I mean, the outline of the plane, you could just see that from the body out to the wing, and you don't think you saw that. I have to look that up, but if I don't remember right, her name was Mildred something. I could be wrong on that. It's been a few days, but she was waving for some help. That's just sad. And obviously the people jumping or falling or whatever. And I don't want to talk too much about that. This goes out there to hurt people, but yeah, it was just a horrible thing. Sometimes there's videos that's out there. We may not have seen all the videos. There could be people who took video and they just haven't released it yet. There could always be something like that. I'd say the bulk of it's probably there, and I'm not going to get into conspiracies and all that, what people feel about inside jobs and extra bombs and all that stuff. But I just want to look at it as a national tragedy, and people lost their lives. And I'll let everybody else explore that side of it. I'm not against it. I think whether it's the John F. Kennedy or whatever the event was, Benghazi, we'll always look and see if we can find out if there were others involved and to what extent, and what cover-ups may have occurred. I'm all for that, but that's not that's not always the easiest thing to do, to research that, because a lot of things are kept locked away. And I'm sorry, I got a message coming in and just was responding to that. I think it's important that, I would love to go, and I probably will not get to go in this life, but I probably will go I would love to go to see the USS Arizona Memorial. But I try to go to those things and get, just remember. I remember, Tammy, we went to the Oklahoma City Memorial, and that's very moving, very, very moving. And to go there at night, I'm sure if you're still in there, you remember that. And we went there during the day, and if you've been there, it's very moving to go there. Yeah. And all the chairs, and of course, when you get there, you see them during the day, but at night it even hits you more because you see the little chairs for the children. Oh, that's just heart wrenching. Do you remember that night I was telling this the other day, probably a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks, And we went there that night, and that old, I don't know, he's kind of a crazy looking guy, sort of was following us around. That really kind of spooked me that night. But that's how I found out how much security they have on there. And the guy come out, talk to us, let us know we're okay. But I'm telling you, I get what the security guard was saying. But he's not just a hired security. This is a federal, or I guess they're federally attached, but they're armed to the teeth, and they got cameras and microphones everywhere. They can see and hear everything. But I'm telling you, when that guy tried to walk up in there, we were at the bathrooms, there was no security there. They might have got there quickly, but if that guy had come in there, I'd already made up my mind because he was acting weird. I was going to deck him the best I could because, we, it was dark, it was late. I don't think we got there. It was after church, so we traveled back. What was it, like 11? It was late at night. And you can go there any time of day. And let's see what we got here, Michael. The man from Lafayette was at Pearl Harbor, was one of the first to start shooting back. His story really tore us up. Yeah. Wow. So, yeah, you see things like that when you go to places and you know, you're like, what's going on here? But that guy, I'm glad he come out to assure us and be there. It was a cold, windy night. Here's this guy in an army jacket. He's acting kind of weird. He's following us. He's making crazy sounds. He's probably got some mental issues, but it really kind of spooked us. The guy said, you didn't have to worry. He was watching you the whole time. But I thought, well, what if he'd have pulled it off? You're steps away. I don't know how long it takes you to get there from wherever you're at. But I didn't tell him that, but I was thinking that. You never know. You never know. I don't walk around in fear, but you have to use common sense. So, absolutely. I mean, it's when you think about those kinds of things of being out in a place like that late. We were a group, but you know, I was the lone male. Had three females, and they were more than happy to say, "Dave, get up front," and I was more than happy to do it. But I realized I got to take him out. And then by that time, if I've sacrificed myself, security would be there on the scene. So I guess. Oh, man. Well, again, happy Thursday, and hope you have a good Thursday. I don't know if there's a little bit of rain in some places. This weather's nice. It's actually cool in the house at night. Crazy, you know. But it's going to heat up again. I think Saturday or Sunday we're going to see a warming. So I'm going to run a couple of ads, ARA and a couple of others. And don't forget tonight our interview at our Main Street USA, first actual real Main Street USA program. We've interviewed Angie from Angie's Decatur Diner. If Ashley, you're probably gone now, but Miss Angie from up in Decatur, your neck of the woods, right there in your hometown. We interviewed her. And we've got some other business interviews coming in. One we're going to announce. We'll have a promo for it first Tuesday, probably about Tuesday. And we're excited about it. So just a couple of ads. We'll be right back. Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, one of the blessed things we've been able to do is partner with the wonderful people at Animal Rescue Alliance, Inc., ARA. These folks are a no-kill shelter in Donaldsonville, Georgia. You see the contact info on the screen. And these folks would love to have you come adopt a dog or a cat. They have folks that come from all over the United States, not just the state of Georgia. They're great folks. It's been a wonderful partnership between Southern Fried Podcast and ARA. And we've been blessed to meet some of the folks that have adopted animals from ARA. Also, we've been able to encourage people to donate and volunteer. They encourage volunteers that are in the area, and they're just wonderful people. We'd love for you to contact them, meet them too, go on their website, see some of the animals, and we know you'll want to partner with them too by taking a dog or a cat to their forever home. Join with us, the Southern Fried Podcast, in support of this great work of the Animal Rescue Alliance, Inc., ARA. We know you'll be happy you did. I know we are. Hey, this is Dave with the Southern Fried Podcast. One of the favorite things that we do is sit out on the front porch with a glass of sweet tea and just talk about whatever. That's what you do on the front porch, wave at the neighbors as they go by, or even a stranger. We're friendly people, and we like to just talk about whatever. You never know what Rob and Dave are going to talk about on the front porch, and sometimes Chris joins us, and then you really don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll laugh a little bit, we'll shock each other, and maybe, just maybe, you'll join in with us and chat with us on the front porch. Join us live for Front Porch Talking each Friday night at 7 p.m. That's your friends here at the Southern Fried Podcast. Hey, this is Dave with the Southern Fried Podcast. As part of our Main Street program, we're highlighting businesses in small-town America. This week, we're interviewing Angie from Angie's Decatur Diner. Tune in to hear her interview. Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, we ask you to join us each Monday night for one of our very special programs, Mama Said. About 7 p.m. each Monday, we'll be talking about those things that Mama has said, or does say, or that we just remember that she said for those of us who have lost our moms. Sometimes we laugh. Sometimes we think of the things that we did that made our moms mad. Sometimes we think of those things we wish we could hear Mama say again. Even when she was telling us to go get the hickory. Hey, we loved our moms, and we appreciate all the things that Mama said. This is one of the things that the Southern Fried Podcast is built its foundation on, was programs like this, Mama Said. So join us. Send us those notes of what your mama said. Maybe she said some things that are a little different than what our mom said. We'd like to include that in the program. We're thankful for our moms. God was good to us to give us the wonderful gift of moms in our life. So join us each Monday night for the Southern Fried Podcast. Very special program, Mama Said. Thank you so much for watching. And we're back. And yes, Mama Said, again, Decatur Diner, that will release tonight. I think we put that at 7 or 8, so look for that to pop out there and listen to her story. This is America. This is the backbone of America's small business. There's thousands upon thousands of them, and they work hard. She works 2 jobs. She's not just a business owner. She's a office manager. You'll hear her say, and we'll let her tell her story tonight. We got about 20 minutes with her and had a great time. And she's coming. She had just finished cleaning up for the day, the restaurant, and had locked the doors, and then came on live recording with us. She was live with us, but not with online. But yeah, and we love doing those. Those are great. Takes a little work to get them set up sometimes because of schedules, but they are well worth it. And we've got some others that we're working on as well. Yes, Michael Desmond Doss. We did cover him as one of our. In fact, I think he might have been the very first Veteran of the Week that we honored on the podcast. Those released on Saturday around noon. And we're willing to do more than one, but I think Desmond was the very first that we did in that. Of course, they made a movie of his life, and it's still named after him, a portion of the highway up there, Desmond Doss Highway, or so I think that's called. See that sign all the time as I go to church. And so, but yeah, we love to cover those things about our veterans and tell about them. I have a couple of we're working on, and this interview that we've got coming is really going to talk about some things about veterans, and it's very moving. But it's hard sometimes to get veterans on. It's really hard. I had a Vietnam veteran, and he was going to come on, but he backed out at the last minute and said it was still just a little too hard. So we didn't want to talk about very difficult things. We just want to talk about his service and his unit and where he was at and kind of training and remember whatever he wanted to share, but he just wasn't ready. So pray for those. Sometimes they can't share those things, and it's very difficult. I know Cook with his artwork here this morning. It's good to have all of you in the chat. Y'all making it easy for me with just coming in alone. And I get so used to being on here. We don't normally do lives on Tuesday and Thursday, but I'm up and drinking coffee, and I'm already ready. I've gotten ready. I'm waiting on. I'm reading his Michael's thing here. Oh, wow. So we got Hugh Campbell, the man that was at Pearl Harbor, had a daughter that taught school at Naomi. Okay, I did not know that. You are teaching me stuff this morning. And Cook, I did not know this. I did not know that. Wow. So did you get to meet him while y'all were doing the painting? Cook was really helped. He worked with a painter for years and years and years, all over the place. And he was the one teaching me how to carry a ladder fully extended. Um, he was made for it. I don't think I was, but I learned, but it wasn't my thing. I'm scared of heights. Oh, boy. Cook just did it all. Man of many talents, singing, painting. Yes, it was great. Awesome. Awesome. He helped cover pool tables at one time. His uncle, I think that was. They went all over covering these pool tables. So he taught you a great skill, Cook. You are to use that. Okay, Michael. He was eating lunch at the docks when the Japanese came into the harbor. That was. I mean, that was very, very hard. That was. So sudden and everything. And I know there's a lot of controversy about that, the attack and what was known and everything. But yeah, those sailors, they were just caught totally off guard, and it was very traumatic and changed America. That was a changing moment in America, absolutely. And we came. I mean, I love to watch those old movies and watch the documentaries. I mean, if people only realize, you can feel it in those movies. We were midway and some of those great battles. We were limping along. I mean, they had crippled our Navy, and thankfully there were some ships out at the time, and and what they did, repairs on what they could, and trying to get, it takes time, and we lost planes and things, and those naval battles, I mean, were defining moments in the war between us and the Japanese, and how close we, that when they were putting all their eggs in one basket, so to speak, and all that maneuvering around Midway, and they've got the search planes out trying to figure out where those fleets are at, and everything's riding on it. Of course, General Nimitz and others, they're trying to make the best calls they can, and I mean, their very lives and our country were riding on it. That is high stakes right there. I mean, thousands of miles away from the home port. And, I bet, man. I bet. Wow. Yeah. Amazing. Interesting. I didn't know none of that. I'm glad he was able to talk about his experience, because some never have been able to. And I think that's important. By the way, it's going to be really important that you, not because it's us, but the interview we've got coming, you're going to really be moved by this interview. And it's going to bring a lot of things home that I'm talking about today, I'm sure. And we'll be talking more about that. I know we're not saying much right now because there's other entities involved, and we're trying to be real careful because we're getting kind of an inside scoop with someone. There's a movie coming out, and we can do certain things, but we'll be showing some trailers for the movie soon. We've been given access, or we'll be given access to that. And we'll be doing that along with a promo for the interview. And then, of course, the interview a week from Saturday. And we've been given some inside look at the movie, and we're doing that now. And we'll be talking more about it soon. It's got a local connection in the region, and it's another tremendous story. So what I can say for now, thanks to Rob, and also the fine teacher who has been on here before and really helped set that up. And Robert will talk more about that, but he's the one that really worked on his end to get the interview. And, it was just exciting to get this story out. But he did, Cook. Yes. We give each other a hard time, but we work well together. We're a good match. I don't know. Sometimes people come on with us, and sometimes Chris probably don't know what to do, and he's great. He's just trying to catch up. He says, I don't know how y'all just far off like that. I think he likes a little more of a script. If he's done a lot of videos, but his was totally different. He's like, how do y'all do that? How do y'all keep straight? Those things when you're going on like that. I don't know. We've done it for years. People like when we get fired up. Again, people like to laugh, and they like to laugh at things you're doing. And I figure there's my boss. Well, he's actually not my manager anymore, but he'll always be a manager to me and a great friend. But he has this little saying, and he's a Army veteran, but he says, I've heard him tell people, life is hard, don't make it any harder. That's a lot of truth in it. Life is hard, and don't make it any harder if at all possible, because it's this life is tough. By the way, let me not forget Daniel. Thank you for the like. He's in here roaming around somewhere. We're going to put something special in for him. A week from Friday, he's going to come off on Front Porch. So he's out there. I want to say hello to him. I don't think if he was in the chat, I missed it, but I don't think he did. I think he just gave us a like. He's faithful to watch us too. So yeah, excited about putting those things on, highlighting some things. Which, one of the things we say is we do the serious to the silly, or the silly to the serious. So that pendulum swings, and we go different directions. And some days we'll be laughing and it's crazy silly. Then the next moment we're talking about serious things like election and integrity and 9/11, or these tough stories about military and war and all that. So we're back. We're all over the place, but we have a lot of interest ourselves, and there's a lot of people interested in those things, and we like to talk about it. And to the extent that we can, we're not experts on anything, but we do like to go on about some stuff, and everybody has an opinion, and we throw ours out there, and we get your opinion. We try to share those, as many of them as we can, on the screen. We try to make you. If you did not see last night's Hump Day Live, that has turned into we say news, but it's not. Our morning we do traditional news, although we did talk some news last night. But Wednesday has become the crazy, weird, odd news day for us, and we talk about just odd stories around the world. And you just never know where it's going to go. But the hippo pink milk, and I'll never forget. What was it? Blood, sweat. Oh my goodness, pink milk. And he was trying to gig me and talk about that at the store. And I'm like, I used to drink that a lot. A lot of kids are into that, the chocolate mix and, putting in the milk. I was always into the strawberry. I'm an oddball. It's funny. I like chocolate milk, but in that was the quick. I like the strawberry. I haven't had that in years. I'm sure it's not good for an elderly person like myself to be drinking, but man, it was good. It reminds me, Tammy, of all those cakes and stuff, that mom would get. My wife was bad about it. She'll occasionally get something, but she doesn't do that much anymore because it's not good for us. If when we have a birthday party or something with a cake, if we try to get rid of it, because if it sits here, it gets thrown away. There might be one time we get into it. That's rare. And if we're going to do it, we're going all the way. We're putting ice cream on it, or at least I will. But it ends up getting thrown away. We just don't. It's not. We're trying to do good. I want to hang around here and be on the podcast for a good long time. Be here with Kaylee and the fam, and remain on this sphere, this rock floating through space and the time continuum. You are correct, sir. It is my weakness. It's the kryptonite for Dave. Don't bring it in the house. Actually, though, I think there's some in the freezer right now, and I haven't bothered it. I really have gotten better, but I will say it's the Neapolitan, although I do like the vanilla and strawberry. But you put butter pecan in the house, and that's like calling me in the middle of the night. Butter pecan is in the house. You like it. Come get some. Is there something that you just can't have around? You'll eat it till it's gone. Is it candy? Or maybe, something, chips. Chips can be addictive like that. You've got chips in the house. You'll hear the somebody go get those chips late, have the late night snack with chips. Yes, potato chips. Cook, I bet you're a man that has done potato chips in ice cream. I bet. Am I right or wrong? Let's see if I'm right here. Potato chips and ice cream in your history. I'm banking on yes. Let's see. I may be wrong, but I'm interested. And I have heard of that. I'm not just throwing that out there. You know what? I knew it. I knew it. I'm sure he doesn't do it anymore, but I just knew it. Oh my goodness. Was there a particular kind of potato chip that you liked with your ice cream? This reminds me of you, Tammy, and some other family who are crazy. I love you, but you're crazy. Oh my gosh. He's just going a full out French fry with the ice cream. Oh, back away from the freezer. Yeah. French fries and ice cream. But Tammy's one of those that likes a little mayonnaise, or I think in her beans. Oh, horrible. Or what is it, mustard and chili? No. I'm not going to forget that one, Cook. French fries in the ice cream. Were they hot? Is it the ice cream cool it down? Is that a way to just go ahead and eat them while they're really hot? Cook. Oh, man. If you're hungry, though, I guess you make a meal of whatever's in the house. So there might be some odd combinations of food. I met this guy the other day, and he had fits with a milkshake. Oh, God. Oh, man. Okay, you're eating them together, but I want to know if you actually if you dipped the French fry into the milkshake. I'm curious. I can kind of get it. Cools. It's still an odd combination for me. But if you were eating fries, would you dip the French fry in the milkshake? If that's the best, I'm curious here. Inquiring minds, you knew it, right? You knew it, absolutely. Oh, this is too easy this morning. I know my boy, right? Oh, oh man. But yeah, there was a guy the other day, and he had some pizza. We had pizza for him at work, and he saved some over, and he got on with the cleaning people. He said, "Don't throw that away. I like day old pizza, but it's left out. I'll put it in the refrigerator, and get it out and take it, eat it or take it to work." But he said, "Oh no, leave it out. It's the best. Just day old pizza left in a box," and he left it sitting on top of a trash barrel or trash can. And then she went to throw it away. He said, no, that's my lunch. That's a little disgusting to me, but absolutely, Michael, we understand that. Yes, we have. Yes, I don't have as big an arm. Cook's always been stronger than me. He's bigger. He's like Drago, right? Rocky, what is that? Rocky 4? Drago. Big guy. I watched some stuff about that recently, some things that they were saying about the movie and filming together and everything. And I mean, obviously from a physical standpoint, he was just crazy. I mean, Stallone's not that big, but he's in shape. I mean, they made it look good. Well, I am now. Maybe not a pushover, but when you get elderly, you lose your balance more. So a good push and you throw me off, and then gravity takes over, and I'm flying to the gravity's bringing me down. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm never gonna say I fell. I'm gonna say gravity grabbed me, pulled me down. I've fallen and I can't get up. Sometimes Kaylee will treat me like the elderly guy that can't move anymore, and she'll say, "You've got to let me help you." And she'll get her on one side and help me with my arm, and especially if I have had a couple leg issues and foot, and so she'll come out and meet me at the car and You wait on me now. Let me help you at it. Makes her feel good, and she is a big help when she wants to be. Oh my goodness, yeah, that would be not good to fall on somebody. That's what you tell people. Just don't let an elderly man get a hold. That's right. If elderly man can get a hold of you, because they don't lose their grips and stuff usually, they'll still have a good grip. They still can. They still can. But by the way, Nolan Ryan was fairly up there for as far as age in baseball. When who was that guy? Oh, Ventura. Who it was? I maybe have the name wrong. I think so. That ran out to the mound, thought he was going to take on Nolan Ryan. That's classic. You saw that video. He puts him in a headlock and he's just wearing him out on the mound. That's great. I hate that he became that, but hey, you ran to the mound. You went out there to the man. This is a guy who, wrestled cattle. He was a cattleman besides a baseball pitcher. And he throwed consistently, 100 miles over and just didn't wear down. Big guy, strong guy, a man's man, Texan. Go out there and get you some of that. You deserve to be on a video for that. Yeah. There you go, man. Oh yeah. Yeah, let me get a hold of you. That's what you do when you're older. The kids say, you can't catch me. Ha ha ha. They forget. You say, I don't have to chase you. I won't chase you. But I'll say while you're running away, all your electronics are going to be put up. Oh, that stops mine don't run from me, but if they did, that would be, okay, let's see, phone, all this electronic stuff, makeups. We can put that up for a little bit. No. Changes attitudes real quick. When we were kids, we didn't have much I could take away, so they just had to spank us. I mean, what was they going to take away? We didn't have any electronics. And they wanted us outside. You can't go outside, which was harder. We wanted to go outside, but they didn't want us inside. It was, get out. I remember it was like you got kicked out in the morning. Go play. And except for coming in for use the restroom. I mean, you would, what they always say, quit running in and out that door. They'd kick you out, push you on out. And they say, what do you want? You're supposed to be outside. They'd even bring you food outside. Here, I got some lunch for you. Okay, eat it out here on the porch. Oh, here we go. Dad used to wait on us to get through running, then grab us. Best not to run. Absolutely. That's what I'm going to say. You can't run forever. You can't run forever. They get a hold of you, then it's on. They made that more a worse punishment for running. Well, let's see. I don't know if Tammy's still here. Was it Josh that would run from y'all? Oh, I'd be at work. He'd tell me about that. I'd come in and light him up. That'd make me so mad. He'd be running, knowing his aunt can't run like that. Oh, that little rascal. He was a handful. He's still a handful. Baby boy. Oh, we have him in that funny where he'd come in and talking about we wouldn't give him no bacon, or I wouldn't. Not me. So you wait till the breakfast is done, boy. He's a good boy, but he's still my Josh. Oh my goodness. I appreciate my boys. They're good boys. Good to their dad, mom. We're a tight family. I hope you have that tight kind of family. I've been blessed my whole life to have close family. There's not a lot of us. We have a big family, but as far as the inner circle, we're yes, Cook. Thank you for saying so. Very, very proud. He's come a long way, and he'll be coming in soon. He's working that graveyard shift, and he comes in and he'll pop in and bring me a cold soda or coffee or sometime whatever I want. He's really good to do that. Sometimes he brings me a biscuit. That's awful nice. I take it on to work. Got me a biscuit and I take that to work. Or he does it right. Like he'll say, "You want some breakfast?" If we're not cooking, I'll say, "Yeah," and I'm thinking of a biscuit. He'll say, "No biscuit, a platter. Let's get a platter, Dad." He like Tammy. He likes his chicken, so he likes to get that chicken platter. Um, he likes that the gravy and the biscuit and the chicken and little uh, hash brown. Uh, Cook's burning me down here. He gets you a biscuit drink. I did give him bacon. I even made it. Well, I don't know if I made it for him that day, but the other day he was already kind of laying down, and I brought him his food. I catered to him like Mom would, and he's like, "Thank you, Dad." So I brought it to him, but I just wanted him to wait till it was all done. He did deserve the bacon though, but that was one of the mornings he was off. He wasn't bringing me that, but he did. He does do that. He probably brings me more now than I bring him, but I do bring him stuff. I'll surprise him. I'll pop out to Bojangles or something and pop in on a Saturday or something. He'll be asleep because he's work Friday night, and I say, "Hey, got you a biscuit." He likes that. But again, I hope you come from a close family. If not, for us Christians, we're in the family of God. And I'm sorry, God loves everybody, yes, but you got to be born again, be in the family of God. And I have a family wherever I go. That's just a great thing. Wherever you go, you run into people who are believers. That's what we're called, believers. And you run into believers, and they're not strangers to you. They're family. They're family. I was down at Centennial Park in Atlanta. Had a missions team down there from up in Tennessee, and yes, he does cook. We were giving out tracts. We didn't have a permit. Oh, had a believer on the security force though, and he gave me a full hour before he comes sliding up to me. He goes, "Brother, I got to shut you down. I believe in what you're doing, but you don't have a permit. I can't let it go on tomorrow." He said, "I'll get questioned." He said, "Everything's on camera." And I said, "Absolutely. We'll pull the teams in. Thank you." I said, "We didn't plan on coming here today. Something else fell through, and we just decided to come down here." And I did apologize to him because he has a job to do. And he said, "I fully support what you're doing." And he said, I let you get as long as I could in that. That's a believer. But what I was going to say, while I was in Centennial Park, I met a group of believers from, I don't think it was I don't know if it was Nigeria or it was one of the African nations, but I think it was Nigeria. And we just connected. They saw what I was doing. He said, what are you doing, brother?" I had the accent, and we're giving out the tracts, and I showed him one. He goes, "We're believers. We love it," and just sit there and, had a fellowship. Probably I won't see him again probably till we get to heaven, but it's great to see him that day. We're getting close to the end of the program. I'm going to have to head to work. Appreciate all of you being in here. Y'all are a blessing to me, and all those that are watching, you're a blessing as well. Hope you have a great day out there, and try to get through a day. Tonight we have a couple of programs releasing. I did one on, I remember that. It's about drive-in theaters, going to the drive-in. Look for that around 8-ish. I think it's 8 o'clock, and around the same time as the interview with Miss Angie from Angie's Decatur Diner. And so, go give those a look when you get a chance, and we'll catch you in the morning with the morning show. Rob was supposed to be here with us, then he was going to depart for the beach. And then tomorrow night, front porch talking. That don't have a time factor on it. We start at 8 and we go to whatever. So who knows? Sometimes we have to remind ourselves we really need to get off here and go to bed or something. Friday night's fun, and we don't have to get up early on Saturday morning. And it's just kind of our Friday night blowout. We're on the front porch talking about whatever and having fun with that. And appreciate that. I got a couple of last comments here. Let's get those in. True believers of Christ get along, maybe different opinions. Only hypocrites argue. Love it. Yes, showing the love and the prayers and all that. Definitely. Thank you for that. Got about half a minute left here. Again, have a great day. Stay engaged. Tell somebody about Jesus. Praying for all of you. Hope your health is good today. Pray for our nation. We ended our program last night with prayer. and pray for us, and we'll pray for you. Be looking for a prayer time too. May do that tonight as well. May come on live tonight. I may be on live with a prayer time and just got to get some prayers in and talk about some of those things we're praying about with our nation and other things and some folks. So anyway, good day. God bless, and we'll see you soon.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast.